before we do the finishing touches on the handles, I want to get rid of all of these yarn ends that are just making the project look a little bit unfinished. So there are two options. The first option is to weave in the yarn ends, and I'll show you how I do it. All you want to do is just put the needle through some stitches, so there, then there, and let's say we do it through here. This is really arbitrary, you just do it wherever you want to. So we have weaved in this yarn end, and once you do that, you can cut the edge, and there you go, it disappears. So let's do the same to this one. Okay. There we go. And that way the yarn ends basically disappear. The other thing that we can do, especially if you have little tiny ones like this one over here, once you make sure that they're tied together very well, you can just cut the end quite close to the knot. And especially if you are going to put an inner lining on this bag, this is absolutely okay. I mean, it looks nice and it looks professional. Alright, so now that we have weaved in all of the yarn ends or cut them and the bag is looking a lot nicer and more polished, I want to show you what I am going to do to finish the handles properly to make this look like an iconic pouch bag. So let me just put the bag outside in. So you could just leave your bag like this, and this could be your final result. You could find some lining, line the bag from the inside and have it like that. But what I want to do is to turn the handles over like so and leave them like this so that it looks like these folds are coming from the inside of the bag. So the end result would be something like this. The first thing I'm going to do is put a stitch marker joining the side of the bag here to the middle of the handle. And I'm going to do the same on this side. So fold your handle in and then put a stitch marker here, what would be the top of the handle, join it with the side of the bag. This is going to be initially tricky, but once it starts taking shape, you can see exactly what it looks like. So we are going to stitch the top of the handles to the side of the bag so that it keeps it from moving and rolling outwards. Turn your bag inside out. Once again, I'm going to get my needle and my yarn, and as you can see, this is what we marked. So we have to stitch these two together like this. And now, instead of stopping there, what I'm going to do is join the very tip of these stitches. So I pass my needle through the top of those two stitches, and I'm going to join them in the opposite direction to the very bottom of those stitches as well, and pull the needle through, and you'll see what that does. Essentially what I am doing is joining the handle to the bag body. Now we'll tighten it a bit nicer. Then the second. The third. It can be hard to find where the stitches are, but if you put your finger behind it, you can then easily make them pop out. I'm going to continue all around doing exactly what I've just showed you, and then I'll do the same to the other handle. When you get to the bit that has the fold, make sure that the fold is nice and closed and that you pass your needle through the fold and also the back of the fold, like that. What I'm going to do now is join the top bit of the handle to the body of the bag on both sides, but also join it in the middle. And I'm going to try and do it in a sort of a crisscross pattern. So I'm going to start by making sure that I have both parts of the handle together, and then the body of the bag together as well. And then I will put my needle through the three of them, bring it back, and I will leave this piece of yarn. Now I am grabbing the handle on this side and I'm going to again join it to the back, and I'm pinching all three of them together, and I'm going to pass my needle to the back. As you can see, when I tighten it, this is going to tighten both of them together. Then I'll bring it back to the front again. And now I'm going to remove the stitch markers because they are in the way. And here are my two pieces of string, joining the handles to the body of the bag, the handle to the body of the bag, and I want to join them in the middle here as well. So I'm going to grab the handle, grab the middle, and grab the handle on this side, and stitch the three of them closed together. So as you can see, this closes that gap between the two handles and the seam in the middle. So I'm just going to loop this around 2 more times. So 1, 2, and cut your yarn. And now I am going to just do a square knot and really tighten these together so that we don't have any loose yarn ends. Cut those yarn ends off, and there you go. Now that we've done this, I want to show you what the bag is looking like. So I'm going to turn it outside in again. Now, if you look at the side of the bag, you can see that the hinges are showing. So we want to just pull things out so that it hides them. If you wanted to, you could give one little stitch here, and that would really hide the hinges very well. But I'm not going to do that because I kind of like that hinge showing a little bit. And then on the other side, pull everything up so that it hides it. There we go. So guys, this is our bag done, and you could absolutely leave it here and consider your bag completed. If you wanted to just add an inner lining and stitch it throughout here, you could, but I like it better when the handles are turned inside. So I'm turning it inwards. This just looks a lot cleaner and a lot more like the Bottega Veneta bag. And there you go. Now you can fluff up the sides. And guys, this is what the bag looks like. This is the end result. I think it looks absolutely fantastic. It's completely handmade and it's functional as well. You can adjust the structure of the bag as you please. So you can add little pinches. If you wanted to make the folds even more pronounced, you could. This is what it looks like on the inside. The only thing I would do would be to have a really nice maybe satin or maybe even cotton lining to protect the crochet and to protect the wool. This is definitely something that no one else will have, and it is definitely an iconic pouch. Let me know if you enjoyed this class, give me your feedback, and I hope to see you here next time. Bye!